classic case of your life changing in 60 seconds and you never expect it. It's like one quick thing happens and your whole life changes. Never thought I'd own my own business. I had to learn everything from the ground up. How to bake in a commercial kitchen, how to be a boss, how to do administrative stuff. I was a hobbyist baker. Just kind of did it on the side. But I was gluten intolerant and I couldn't find any really tasty baked goods that were gluten-free. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it myself. So I would take recipes that I would find that I loved and I would just doctor them up and change them, sometimes 20, 30, 40 times. Exactly. Until I came up with something that was just as good, if not better. So that's how it sort of started for me, was out of my own necessity for wanting a sweet treat and wanting it to be tasty. You have to just decipher like, oh, are you in the mood for chocolate or are you in the mood for like tart lemony? Fonuts are a faux donut. So they're a fake donut because they're baked and steamed as opposed to fried. A typical Fonut costs anywhere from $275 to $350. A lot of people who are donut connoisseurs balk at the price because donuts are usually around 69 cents. They don't realize the labor that goes into what we do, and also we use really fine ingredients. It's a high-end baked good.
It's an interesting texture. And it would appear that to the other components in the, quote, flour blend to help retain the moisture. There's something crunchy in there that I can't discern at this juncture. I would say almost a rice or a coconut, but I don't know that because we don't have the formulation. It's not your, if you're expecting a cake filling, it's not a cake. It gives you the sense of a cake, but it doesn't have the same texture of a cake. To what extent are the Fonuts healthier than the conventional donuts? Well, that's a great question. We don't know.
Regular donuts are made with white flour and they're dunked in fryer oil.
So now we basically will have a fat and carbohydrate treat.
Ours are actually baked and steamed at high heat for 3 minutes.
Careful, it's kinda hot. We just go kind of fast so everything could be ready like when we open. We open at 7:30, so most of the stuff has to be ready at 7:30 or 8 a.m.
What makes the best Fonut?
Best Fonut, the love you put on Fonut when you make it. Fonuts are really good, trust me, people love it because they're not fried, so they're more healthier.
And what you can do with the database is look at glazed or raised donuts that are cooked in an oil base. There also has some data on baked donuts in the database. Again, you can actually look at this, the cross-section of this gluten-free product, and you see it's almost granular in nature, almost like mini rice pieces. But at the end of the day, a calorie is a calorie. Fonuts only represent another alternative.
I agree. When people say, oh, it's healthy, my response is, it's healthier. It's still a baked good. It's still got sugar, it's still got dairy and oil and all the things that, you know, contain a lot of calories. People really just flock to our shop. They come back again and again. Yesterday actually was awesome because, you know, that show Scandal called and they ordered last minute 13 dozen. So they just wiped us out. We had to close the doors early. In a typical day, we make upwards of about 1,000 donuts. Fonuts. Don't call it a donut. I didn't.
Just gonna see the orders.
We try to use all natural ingredients. So we use an almond flour and a rice flour for the gluten-free. We use organic cane sugar. For example, the lemon has all fresh lemon juice that we squeeze the lemons by hand and zest them by hand. The strawberry Fonut has fresh strawberries cut up inside, and the glaze is made up of real strawberries and a little powdered sugar. No artificial colorings here. So we have a lot of different flavors to choose from every day. We have sold out of a few already, but let me run you through a few of the flavors that we have on a daily basis. We have salted caramel, that's one of our raised guys. We have a black and white, glazed. This is a rosemary olive oil, which is sweet and savory. Sort of like I compare it to a cornbread, how cornbread is sweet and savory. This is a strawberry buttermilk. We also make little minis, which are great for parties, weddings. Blueberry Earl Grey, coconut chocolate, coconut passion fruit, lemon. We juice all the lemons by hand. Vanilla latte. We use espresso for the glaze. Vanilla raspberry, banana with banana chips, chocolate sprinkles, banana chocolate, and peanut butter chocolate. I like to say to customers, it's kind of like the difference between a baked potato and a French fry. We definitely think they're more healthful and more flavorful because you take away that cheap fryer oil taste in your mouth, and we feel like the flavors pop a little more. No, there are no other donut shops in LA that bake and steam their donuts like we do. Fonuts is one of a kind.
Get all the chocolate.
You take the fact that they're healthful and flavorful, couple that together, it's like the perfect marriage. And so we've been really successful from day one. We're so grateful. And our whole sort of attitude in the shop is we want everyone to feel like they're so welcome here. You know, the cheers of bakeries, where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came. That was our philosophy when we opened the doors, and everyone's really friendly here, so it's a nice little breath of fresh air.
We like to joke around and have fun. We always have to have music right here in this kitchen. That's our motivation. We don't have music, we're not working fast. There's no motivation, right, Edwin? Show your dances. your movements.
Well, the history of the donut is interesting. Apparently, back in World War I, the women and the wives of the soldiers and the women of the Red Cross used to make donuts and bring them to the soldiers for them to enjoy. And so that's how the donut thing kind of got started. The donut hole got started because they didn't want to have any waste. So they just took all the donut holes and threw them in the fryer.
So I have a donut once in a while, it's really okay. And whether it's gluten-free or baked or steamed or conventional, right now we think they're probably just about the same.
Sometimes we have people come in who say, can you do a sugar-free one? No, we're not doing a sugar-free one. We do gluten-free, we do vegan, we steam them instead of fry them. It's a sweet treat. We're not doing sugar-free. You know, enjoy, live a little.